So I was doing separate updates for the Mercedes-Benz charging hub, Racetrack, Pilot Flying J, and Walmart. And what I'm going to do is consolidate all of those into just one update, probably one per week. I am going to do individual updates for the Pilot Flying J just because I'm personally invested in that anytime there's a major change. But for the rest, I'm going to track these following DC fast charging networks. The Walmart native one, the RaceTrac, 7-Eleven, Circle K, Mercedes-Benz charging, the Pilot Flying J, Tesla, Electrify America, ChargePoint, and EVgo. And I'm going to try to do so in right around 5 minutes each time in order to be respectful of everyone's time. So these updates down here, the new ones, are from January 1st. Next time, it'll be new from last update. The totals here, as you can see, Tesla's 2377 and ChargePoint is 3020, which is more. And you would think, well, that's a bigger network, and it's not, just because Tesla put so many stalls at each location, and ChargePoint typically is either one ChargePoint or two ChargePoints. So there's many more Teslas. I think something like 20,000 Tesla supercharger stalls. But since January 1st, 7-Eleven has added 2, Mercedes-Benz has added 5, and let's just go ahead and get into the data. So here's the database. Let me grab my SQL. And the first one I'm going to show you is Walmart. What I'm looking for in this output is the Crossroads, Texas Walmart, which will give me indication of what network to search on, because it might be ChargePoint and it might be native Walmart. So we're still waiting for that to shake out. And right now they're just test sites, so it's not able to be identified. So right now there's basically nothing in the database for the Walmart locations. Here's Racetrack. There is only one open, which is this one right here. It says Charge Lab as the back-end provider. These other ones are under construction. They're not open yet. The next one is 7-Eleven. There are 29 locations open, and since December 31st, 2 new locations have opened. And I'll pause here for just a second in case anyone wants to capture those. The next one is going to be Circle K. And they have beat out 7-Eleven by a little bit. You can see 31 rows. They've been very aggressive, but they haven't done anything since December 5th. So they've actually slowed down a little bit. I don't know if that's because of the weather or what. But if you look at these 2 locations, 7-Eleven is basically in the state of Florida and on the West Coast, a little bit in Colorado. But Circle K is in the southeast, typically United States, a little bit in Illinois. The next one I'm searching for is the Mercedes-Benz network. And the way I'm doing so is just searching for the word Buc-ee's, because right now that's the only location that has Mercedes-Benz charging hubs. I've got a search out there in order to canvas for the new locations at the Simon Malls. So I'm keeping an eye out, but right now there are none. So this is the only locations that have Mercedes-Benz charging hubs at them. The new one is Athens, Alabama. There is also an Athens, Georgia, but this one just recently opened up, showing in the database as of today. The next one is Pilot Flying J. And if you look right here, some of the locations are named just with a number, which makes it somewhat tricky to identify, but still, I'm just searching for the word flying, the word pilot, or the name being a number only. If you look at the SQL command, there it is right there. And this is accurate because I know that Eden, Ohio just recently opened. So total of 28 currently in that set. The next one is Tesla. And their data, unfortunately, is not clean at all. So I have to get creative with my SQL commands. Basically, what I'm searching for is Tesla supercharger in the description, because if you look here, this date is actually in the wrong field. This is an open date, but it's in an ID field. So they have an extra comma in there somewhere, which is throwing the data off, which is unfortunate. Regardless, it's 161 locations. So they've been incredibly aggressive. So basically I went down to about here to call how many in 2024 so far. And there is just an amazing count here. The number of stalls is sometimes listed, and I think they backfill this information as time goes on, but they're just at such a breakneck pace that it is hard to track. And as you could see, I did 200 rows, but basically the breaking point for 2024 would be around here. In subsequent updates, as I said, I'm going to mash up against the previous table and be able to look at them that way. Be a little bit easier to see a smaller data set. The next one is Electrify America. And 2 locations. A Evolve New York, which is a partner program, and something called Finley Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm not familiar with that. Both of them have 6 stalls. Their data is much more clean. Also, ChargePoint, EVgo, their data is much more clean, which is helpful. The next one is ChargePoint. And because they have level 2 chargers, I'm also pruning all the AC chargers out, and these are just the DC chargers. And in 2024, let's see, how many rows is this? And again, for the Buc-ee's locations, they consider each charger with 2 handles to be 1 station, which is not accurate, but there is 211. So even still, that is a pretty impressive number. ChargePoint has definitely been on a building spree. A lot of people using them. And the last one is EVgo. Total of 25 locations open up. This doesn't include some of the Pilot Flying J. As you see, there's this one here, this one here, this one here. I think there's one more, this one up here for Chiswell. But the other ones are native EVgo locations. And again, I'll pause here if anyone wants to capture that. Scroll on up to the ChargePoint, try to scroll slowly. And I'll put all the SQL commands that I use in order to obtain this information in the description. This information was obtained from the Alternative Fuels Data Center website. Thanks for watching.